When push comes to shove and you can't afford to pay that rent, you'll be evicted. I'm the Queen Boss, and on this channel, I help millennials turn their passion into a living through business tips, life tips, and tutorials. Today, I'm going to be talking to you guys about moving out and living on your own in Jamaica. If you don't live in Jamaica, then this can still be applicable to you because I'll be sharing some tips later on that will apply to anybody, anywhere in the world. So keep watching. I officially moved out at the age of 20. That was 4 years ago. I needed privacy and freedom, and as you know, you have to follow your parents' rules when you're living under their roof. Living on my own wasn't easy at first because I struggled to keep up with my bills, but I eventually got a grip of it. But the tips I'll share in this video will help you to avoid the mistakes that I made. First of all, be absolutely sure that this is what you want. Weigh the pros and cons for yourself. Are you ready to pay bills? Are you ready to do your own shopping? Are you ready to clean a whole house by yourself? Cook your own food? Wash for yourself? If the answer isn't yes for you, then these are some things you'll have to consider. Living alone comes with a lot of freedom because there's no one telling you what to do. But that will also mean a lot of responsibility. So you have to be ready to exercise self-discipline and self-control. Now that we got that out of the way, let's actually get into the steps. Plan and save ahead. Do this from way before you even start moving. Make a list of all the expenses that you expect will come up and calculate the total. I've created a list of common expenses and how much they'll most likely come up to, so click the link in the bio to check that out for yourself so that you can start planning ahead. Once you've calculated the total, you want to make sure that you save at least 3 times that. I didn't say 1, I didn't say 2, I said 3. Because you will fall short some months. You will have months where you're not meeting your goals financially, but you still need to pay your bills. So if you have at least 3 months worth of expenses saved up, you have that cushion that you can fall back onto. If your monthly expenses will come up to $1,500 per month, then you want to save at least $4,500. When you're renting a new place, you'll also need to pay a security deposit, which is usually the same as the monthly rent amount. So if your rent each month is $300, then you need to pay a security deposit that's also $300. So to start off renting the place, you need $600. So I'd recommend that you save some extra for that. Now you can start house hunting, which is an extreme sport. Not just in Jamaica, but everywhere else. There's high competition when it comes to renting a place. Sometimes places can be very expensive. And you don't just want to get any place. You want to get a place that's in the right location. You want the right landlord. You want the right neighbors. You want the right rent. You want to have the right facilities that you want. So it can be a very tedious thing to do. You'll find yourself sometimes house hunting week after week, but I promise it's worth it. If you're in Jamaica, then the house hunting secret is this. Buy a gleaner, a Sunday gleaner, Saturday night, you can call a gas station nearby that you know sells newspapers. Ask them if they have any, and if they say yes, pick up one as soon as possible, like 12 a.m. So you're gonna have to stay up a lot later than usual. That's what I do whenever I'm house hunting. Highlight all of the places that appeal to you, the places that you find enticing that would work for you, and then you're going to write them out on a separate piece of paper. As early as 8 a.m. the following morning, that's Sunday morning, start calling all the places that you wrote down on the paper and arrange to view. If you get chosen as the tenant, then you'll pay your first month's rent and your security deposit. You'll get the keys and you can move in when you're ready. If you're going to have your own meter, then they're going to give you a JPS letter so that you can go to JPS and have them connect the light meter in your own name. So that way, when you are billed for light, you will have your name on the bill instead of the landlord's name on the bill. There is also things like internet, which I would recommend that you set up before. Go to either Digicel or Flow and just apply to have the internet installed as soon as possible, because sometimes it can take up to a week to be installed. So it would be good if you have that installed before you actually move in, if you're the type of person who can't do without internet for a while. To make this whole thing manageable for yourself, I would recommend getting a realistic rent that you know you can pay every month. So don't try to rent a place just because it look nice and you have some money right now. Rent a place because it's convenient, it's safe, you can afford it, and it's comfortable for you. Because trust me, when push comes to shove and you can't afford to pay that rent, you'll be evicted, or you will have to just move because you can't afford the rent. And remember, we don't want to have to be running back to our parents' house. Be sure that you're staying disciplined with your budget and spending, and always save, because rainy days will come. But the good thing about it is that you saved at least 3 months worth of expenses in advance. So you have a lot of cushion. You might never know what will come up. Medical emergencies can happen. Maybe 1 month you will end up having something that you need to repair. Make sure that you have an emergency fund. Save at least 10% of your income. That's my recommendation. Conserve as much as you can to keep your light bill and water bill low. This is where you're going to see why your parents were always so paranoid about having the lights off and having the water off, because sometimes the smallest change can make your light bill lower. Like every night before I go to bed, I actually plug out my internet modem because I'm not using it, so I might as well just plug it out. Speaking of bills, JPS, student loan, NWC, Flow, Digicel, check out Bill Express online. When you create an account there and you add your card information, pay for those bills without having to leave your home. Trust me, that's going to be a very helpful thing when you're paying your own bills, because who wants to stand up in a line for hours to try to pay one bill? Not I. Living on your own will sometimes mean living frugal to keep the bills paid. When you're living with your parents, you have disposable income that you can use to do a lot of things, like buy yourself all the nicest clothes and go to all the nicest places. I'm not saying that you won't be able to do this when you're living by yourself, but I am trying to say that you definitely need to cut back on it. You need to control your spending and you need to stay responsible. A way that I would suggest finessing that is to have a spendings budget that you can dip into whenever you want to go out with your friends or whenever you want to have fun or buy yourself something nice outside of your necessities. When you put that into your budget, you'll find that you don't feel like you have to be pinching off too much of your social life and your personal life in order to keep up your bills. Be minimal and just go and deal with things on a basic level first, and when you say you can consistently manage things on that basic level, then you can start to go for more things. Be considerate of the bills that you have to pay at the end of the month and the fact that emergencies can come up. If you have a job that pays a predictable salary every month, then this should be quite easy for you and smooth sailing if you don't take up more than you can manage. But if you're the type of person like me who is self-employed and your income is unpredictable and it jumps from here to there every single month, then you want to do a lot more preparation. And if you want to know how to plan for the month ahead, then you should check out this video. Once you set your financial goal for the month, you have to be disciplined and stick to it. Do the work. Big tip: beware of loneliness. If you're coming from a family home, then you're most likely used to having people around you all the time. But living alone, you will be alone. And this is a good thing because you can get to know yourself more and you can get to explore life on a different level. You can finally get to be out there in the real world on your own and see what it's like. You'll become more rounded, responsible, and confident, knowing that you're able to take care of yourself and handle your responsibilities consistently. But if you're not ready for that kind of responsibility, this can be a very tough time for you, so keep your eyes open. Read books, listen to podcasts, exercise, stay motivated, develop a new skill, work on a new project. Go out, have fun, invite your friends over, go to the movies, go to the beach, pamper yourself. These are all things that you can do whenever that inevitable feeling of loneliness sets in. If you're the type of person like me who likes to have your personal space, then you will love living on your own. I hope these tips will be useful for you guys on your journey. I look forward to hearing your stories, so feel free to send me a message on Instagram at QuaintBoss. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it and share it with someone you know is thinking about moving out soon. Of course, after all of this coronavirus shit is over, don't forget to subscribe for more business tips, life tips, and tutorials. I post videos every week. Also, hit that bell icon so that whenever I post a video, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next week.